I'll take one order of Odin, delivered, please. Hello, everyone. Bront, CatHerder here. We're having some fun talking Raid Shadow Legends, and it is a purple glowing portal. We have a 2x Voids, and Void Legendaries are amazing and awesome, and we're going to see if we can get tons of them. Now, there is a fusion going on, so there is indeed a champion chase whenever this decides to load. Valerium. Valerium. There we go. So we got Champion Chase Tournament here. If I'm worried about fragments, I'd be looking for about 3,000 points. On average, 3,000 points is probably somewhere between 30 to 40 voids. It really does depend on how lucky you get with epics. You can get lucky and do it in 20, and you could get very unlucky and do it in, I think the worst you could possibly do is 60, but that involves you pulling 0 epics, which is not possible. So probably about 50 is safe. 30 should be about fine. But I'm not actually going for the fusion. I would not mind the fragments. They'll probably go towards mod. I'm not really doing the fusion, but I'm not avoiding the fragments either. And honestly, you know, the more points I get, the more cool champions I get. So I've got 29 voids here on my alt. I do not have a Pepsi yet with me. I will rectify that and be right back. All right, we've got a Pepsi here, not a sponsor. But you know, maybe you can be. Maybe you can be Pepsi. All right, so I've got 29 here on my alts. We're going to pull all 29 of them. I'm going to pull one at a time until we're done, and then we'll finish off with some 10 pulls. I have plenty of room because I've been doing a ton of champ training of late. Let's get going. And again, Odin would be awesome, and honestly, the way this account has been going, my alt, I would not be surprised if I pull an Odin on my alt. Which would be both great and frustrating, because honestly, I've got so many champions I need to train. I am out of books. I am out of a lot of resources training champions, part of why I'm taking the fusion off on this account. So far, nothing particularly exciting. It's pretty much been all rares. There's an epic. That is a Padma. Padma's okay. She's certainly been power crept, but what she's really good for is she's got this 100% chance to place decrease attack on her A1. It's only an 85% chance until you book it, but she can be very useful, particularly against some of the bosses. The Immortal Dragon can really use the decrease attack because it hits really hard otherwise. So this is often where she ends up getting used. She's okay for some progression. She can be useful in Clan Boss. She doesn't do too much damage, though, so she's just kind of okay. Decent progression champion, at least, though. AoE decrease attack can keep you alive. Retainer, not interesting. Renegade. I'm sure most of you guys know who Renegade is, but Renegade is probably one of the better rares. Definitely keep a Renegade. She's probably not champion you're going to use early to mid game, but she can be very useful late game for a lot of speed runs. And that is because she has a cooldown reduction by 2 turns on this skill here. So you can actually take a Renegade and build her with a Seer and get a Seer wave clear team that can clear the waves in basically 1 or 2 rounds pretty easily on the first and the second wave, get you to the boss quickly. She is very good for some speed runs. She's actually really good for Fire Knight normal because she also has a 3-hitter that does decrease speed and decrease accuracy, the decreased speed being a little more important there. This is not super exciting. She does, however, hurt herself whenever she does this skill, so she'll eventually die if you're not careful. But she's a good champion to have, so definitely stash at least 1 Renegade away. You probably don't need more than 1, but definitely a usable champion as a rare, so don't sleep on a Renegade. All right, Drowned Bloat Wraith, not what we're looking for. Come on, we're looking for some gold. We're looking for an Odin. An Odin, even, if I pronounce that correctly. All right, we got 20 left. Let's get some lucky 10 pulls. Come on, Pepsi, and come on, Polarium. Do me some justice. It doesn't even have to be an Odin. I would love many a wonderful Void Lego. Godseeker Neri, that'll be great. She'll probably get some empowerment. I'll have to make sure I don't adjust any speeds, but still worth it. Ragnar's okay for some progression. He's got decrease defense and weaken on a single skill. He can be good for clan boss. That's about really all where he really stars in, though. Not great for late game accounts, though. I think it's a single target. Come on. Let's get something. Painkeeper, always great. She's got a skill reset as well, and she's got a huge heal. Good in a lot of clan boss teams. Good for a lot of content. Skimfos is okay. And, yeah, not particularly exciting. So, as I said, that was 29 shards. I said about 30 gets you possibly the points you need in Champion Chase. Well, apparently I was a little unlucky, so maybe a little closer to 40 will get you there. But, you know, hey, I'm not really pushing it. And to be fair, this could actually be off by about 850, so I could be closer to this 3,000. So let's go hop on my main and pull some more shards there. Hopefully we get better luck. All right, we are back. We are on my main. I have 44 shards to pull. This should hopefully be a lot more exciting. I am hoping for some legendaries. I think I'm actually getting close to Mercy. I'm not sure if I am at Mercy or not, but let's get some cool gold. It's about time that my main got some really good luck. So let's get pulling some shards. Pepsi, thank you very much for the luck. Again, not a sponsor, but you could be. You could be. Let's go. Kurzad, he's okay. A lot of these void rares are usable, especially early on. They tend to hit a little bit harder. They tend to have slightly better kits because they're voids. So if you're just doing some early progression, you know, don't necessarily throw away all these void rares. Alrighty. Respects. Viable reviver early game. In fact, I used him on my account for quite a while. He's got a turn meter boost with increased speed, and he's got a revive. It's an okay revive. It's an okay turn meter boost. It's an okay aura for arena. He's okay. All right. 10 pulls. Come on, Pepsi. Come on, Polarium. Just come on. I am watching you, Polarium. You are going to make this the most awesome shard pulls ever, and we are going to see so much gold. And apparently we're saying there's a gold. That is a Little Miss Annie. She is new. Not super exciting on this account, but Little Miss Annie's, you know, not too bad. Eurogram is actually really cool too. But Little Miss Annie here, she has actually gotten a buff. She can really, really smack. I guess she can be useful in arena in a couple cases for a single target takeout. She's got the attacks 3 times, heal reduction. This can actually be really good against Amius. I've used her on my alt for Amius. So she's not too bad there. Decreased defense doesn't suck either. Attacks one enemy 2 times before attacking, places increased attack on herself, so she buffs herself first. Will ignore 25% of target's defense. That's also good. Also places a perfect valence champion for 2 turns, then fills this champion's turn meter by 30%. So she gets around to taking a few extra turns, so from that perspective, she can be very good. Playdate is the absolute abomination of a nuke. Attacks 1 enemy, will ignore 25% of the target's defense, destroys the target max HP by 25% of the damage inflicted. Will repeat the attack if the target has both a higher defense and higher max HP than this champion. So she should do this twice, because she usually is pretty squishy and doesn't have a lot of defense. You can see right there, it starts on that a lot. Revive on death at this champion 2 turns if the attack kills an enemy. The passive that she has here, when revived, attacks the enemy that is killed by this champion with the default skill. Also fills this champion's turn meter by 25% and places a shield buff this champion equal to 50% of their max HP for 2 turns. So when you revive her, she immediately goes out for revenge, which is pretty cool. And then finally, each hit has a 50% chance of decreasing the target's turn meter by 10% and a 100% chance of destroying the target's max HP by 10% of the damage inflicted when attacking enemies under heal reduction or decreased defense buffs. It's okay, but, you know, the turn meter is actually really good. Also heals this champion by 10% of the damage inflicted when attacking enemies under heal reduction or decreased defense. So she is overall doing decent damage. She's got some ways to heal herself, but the problem is that she needs to be super squishy for Playdate to hit a second time. And generally single target nukers really need to either have some way to survive or continue to push their turn on. And she's got a little bit of both, but not great. She does have an attack aura on all battles. And again, she absolutely can nuke. So, and definitely one of the creepier, cooler looking champions in the game. This is just kind of unnerving. I mean, I don't know if I want to watch this too much more. So that's gold. And you know what? I'll take it. I believe she is new on this account. And if she's not, well, maybe I can figure out how to empower somebody or something like that. But Eurogrim's a great champion as well. He'll definitely get empowered. Let's get some more gold. Come on, Polarium. You listened to me once. Let's get something cool. Give me an Odin. Or give me something like really cool. I take a Taurus, a Marichka, another Yumiko. Not picky. Nothing super exciting. Come on. Tree Shield Knot's okay as a reviver for the faction, for Sylvan Watchers. Oh, we're going to get a rare tax on top of this too? Really, Polarium? You're really doing this to me? We got a Cold Heart. She's a legendary, kind of. Doesn't count, Polarium. Tuhawk. I like Tuhawk a lot. He's really cool. Our specs and Painkeeper. We're going to see a lot of the same rares. There's only so many epics and so many rares. Broadmaw, not a void rare I'm looking for. And that is all 44. Well, let's go check quickly. Where am I at with points? I suspect I got the 3,000. Just, come on, Polarium. Yep, I got over 3,000. I got to 4,000. So I may pull a few other shards off and on to get to that 100 for that legendary book, because that's not bad. And we'll go check the Guardian Ring, Faction Guardians. I know my undead are complete. But who do we have? I do not have a dupe. So that is a brand new Little Miss Annie. So that's fine. I can deal with that. And yeah, so that's pretty cool. I got a new champion. That's always nice. Not necessarily a champion I was really kind of hanging out for, but you know, I can't complain too much. Get something new, get something to play with. You know, maybe if you guys want to see me do something Little Miss Annie, let me know in the comments below. Hopefully your shard pulls are treating you well, and hopefully get Odin. And till the next video, I'm Bront CatHerder.